Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a very exciting video, and I honestly was kind of debating on whether I wanted to do this now or not. But I just feel like the reason why I'm doing it, I don't know. I didn't want to like come out with my Halloween costume quite yet, but I feel like the lashes that I'm using today are gonna look best with my costume. So as some of you might know, on my Instagram story, that the gold look that I posted a little bit ago, with like the gold flecks and stuff, I posted that and I tagged Salon Perfect in it, the eyelash brand, because I've been using like half of their 614s, and I guess that they liked what I posted because they reached out to me and they wanted to team up with me. So they sent me like a box of a bunch of different eyelashes and like nail stuff. It was super exciting. If you want to see it, I think it's probably in my highlights section on Instagram. But for today's look, I'm going to be using the Salon Perfect Extension Seeker D-Curl 663s right here. They're so pretty. And like I said, like I usually like to keep my Halloween costume a secret up until Halloween. I don't know why, but I do. So I didn't necessarily want to come out and do this yet. But like I said, I feel like what I'm gonna be is just going to fit with these lashes way better than like any of my other ideas that I have. So for today's look, we are doing Jessica Rabbit. I feel like she's one of those characters that I've wanted to be for a really long time, and I just kind of like never got around to it. And I feel like a big part, please excuse my one missing nail, by the way. I feel like a big part that had to do with that is the fact that like the red dress, like the iconic red dress that she has. But last year for like mine and Preston's wedding, before the wedding, I actually bought this red dress that I absolutely fell in love with, and the lady at Macy's gave me like a really good deal on it because she knew I was getting married, and I actually wore it on my honeymoon. So I just feel like it's the perfect dress for it, and literally all I needed to buy for the entire costume was just a purple pair of gloves. So also, if you don't know who Jessica Rabbit is, this is her. She's from the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's a great one. Okay, and I worked today, so I like had makeup on, but it wasn't very much. I just used like a little bit of concealer, and I obviously did my brows, and so I wiped all of that off except for my brows because I feel like I never really do my brows on camera anyway, and I might as well just keep them on there. I might slim them down a little bit more. I've already thinned them, if you can believe it. I've already thinned them down a little bit, but we'll see. Right, and I'm definitely starting off this look with the eyes first. She has like a big lid of purple basically, and then basically nothing on the bottom, and then that bright red lip. So very excited to do this one. Right, so naturally we're going in with the Anastasia eye primer here. Also, if you hear yelling or voices or meowing or scratching, it's either my cat or Preston. He's playing games with his friends in there. So I have music playing, so hopefully that's all that you guys can hear in the background, but they're noisy boys. And I'm actually gonna use a little bit of this just to carve out like that under, like the where my brows are, just on the bottom here. Kiba! Oh, and I'm just using my Morphe B10 brush just to like carve out that under brow area here. It's really weird having my like the tail of my brow go out like this. Not gonna lie, I kind of like it. This brow specifically looks really good to me right now. Okay, so she has a pretty like harsh cut crease going on right here. So for this one, I am going to be using the BPerfect Carnival 3 palette right here. Very excited. I've not tried the purples in this palette yet, so it's gonna be a first for me. And look at all of the selections here. Come on now. All right, and I think like just first off, I'm gonna go in with Grape. It's not like the darkest. I think I might go to like Blackberry, which is like the darkest purple it looks like, but I'm just going to start out with Grape. So Grape is right here, that one. And I'll probably dip into this one here, but we'll see. And I'm just gonna use my Morphe M562 right here. I'm gonna try to use this one. I've not used this one very much, so we'll see. I might end up switching over. And I'm not tapping off the extra because we don't have anything like on our face right now. Because I have hooded eyes, like I'm just going to kind of hold my face how I normally would, just kind of like relaxed, you know, not raising my eyebrows at all. Because with cut creases, if you're not careful with hooded eyes, it can actually just like disappear. So I'm just gonna look at myself straight on and just kind of like go right above where that crease is. And I'm gonna go pretty high with this because hers is a big cut crease, so she has lots of lid space to work with. And once I kind of generally have that like base where it is, that's when I will kind of raise my eyebrow and kind of like intensify that color. Then just going in and doing the same thing, matching it to the other side. Can we talk about that color, by the way? I'm obsessed with this palette. I want every color in this palette on my face at one time. I've been in a huge Fall Out Boy mood lately. I don't know what my deal is, but like my brain has like reverted back to when I was young and would jam. I was jamming so hard to Sugar We're Going Down earlier, like on my way to work. It was a great time. Is it weird that I'm already liking this look? I think I'm so excited to do this. Does anyone else have one eye that they just like go crazy on and it doesn't end up matching the other side? I always start with my right eye and I'm like, oh yes, this looks exactly the way that I want it to. And then I get to my left eye and I just go crazy somehow and I end up putting way more than the right side, and then I have to go back and like match the right side to the left side. We're gonna have a lot of colors going on here, but I am burning up. I'll just disguise it a little bit with my hair. Okay, so then with whatever's just kind of left on this brush, I'm not going to dip into any more. I'm just going to do kind of tiny little circular motions just across like the top of this, just to help blend that out. I know that hers is like a super harsh cut crease, but I don't want to go that drastic. Okay, I actually really like this brush. I think the first time that I used it, I just used it a weird way. But I really like it for this. Okay, so now I actually am going to dip into that Blackberry shade. I'll just show you again. It's that really deep purple right there. And just on the same brush, I'm not going to bring this one up all the way to the top of this, but I am going to bring it up a good bit over like my natural crease here. Because again, like she has a lot of lid space and I want it to look a little bit more like hers. On the same brush. I don't know if I said that. Okay, I'm not kidding. I have never in my life had a palette like this that has every single color. Every color that I've used out of this palette thus far has been so pigmented and so easy to blend. Also, when I wash my face, it does not stain the skin. This was worth every cent. So it's mine and Preston's anniversary on Monday, October 5th. It's crazy to me that we've been married for a year. 2020 has been a wild ride. I literally feel like I was just walking down the aisle. It's wild how time flies. Look at this. I'm really not having to dig into the color very much. I'm just patting it in there and I'm not like tapping it off. And this is just like, I'm not having to work for this pigment. This is my favorite palette by far. It just has so, like you can do a totally neutral eye or you can go crazy outlandish. And I'm just, the fact that I'd never even heard of BPerfect cosmetics until this came out. It's a shame. It's a darn shame. Oh my gosh, and Panic at the Disco. Dude, Panic at the Disco is good now, but it's like, when you hear their old stuff, I'm like, It's like middle school Lindsay. You can't not jam to this song. I don't care who you are. If you claim to not be able to jam to this song, you're wrong and you're lying to yourself. Okay, so then I'm gonna just grab a smidge more of that grape shade. I'm not gonna go too like heavy-handed with it, and I am gonna tap my brush, but I'm just gonna lightly use that to, again, go back and just blend this line out. I really like this brush, guys. And honestly, it was only $1 to $3. It's really good. Like, I really am enjoying it for blending. It's basically like a mini version of like my blending brushes. Okay, so then I'm gonna take some more of the Anastasia Eye Primer on my Morphe B10 brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut the crease. And I think I'm gonna go like I said, I wanna go up fairly high. So anytime that I've been doing a cut crease lately, I've been doing the whole like makeup remover on like a brush or on like a Q-tip or something. But because I am going to be using like a light purple on my lid, I don't mind if the primer mixes with a little bit of the purple. This is always like the worst part of doing cut creases, is just like staring at myself in the reflection, seeing if they're equal on both sides. Okay, so after I have gone and cut that crease there, I'm gonna take my Morphe M210 brush right here, and I'm gonna grab some of the shade Lilac, this one right here, and I'm just going to cover that whole area here. And as I go, I'm gonna use my Morphe B10 just to make sure that like all these creases that have been made that are like, I'm just gonna make sure that they're blended out so that they don't set that way. And this is looking like super, not super, but a little bit more on the pink side, this lid here. So I think I might actually just dab a little bit of like a purple over it. So I'm gonna grab my Morphe M503 brush right here, and I'm just gonna grab like a little bit of Tahiti, which is that one right there. And I'm just gonna kind of dab that over that to kind of like bring it back to the purple side rather than pink. That's a little bit better. It was going a little bit too pink. I don't want to bring too many colors into this. I just want to make it that purple. Okay, so now that that is laid down, anytime I do cut creases, I like to go back in with the darkest shade that is above the cut crease. I just feel like it makes it pop a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and take my Morphe M507 brush right here with like the little pointy tip on the end here, and I'm gonna grab more of that blackberry shade and just kind of like darken that line back up. Just being really careful not to go like below that line. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the eyeshadow. I am gonna go in with the MAC Hyper Real Glow palette right here, just the middle one. And I'm gonna use that just to kind of highlight the little bit of brow bone that's peeking through here. And I'm just gonna use my little MAC No Name brush here. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take one of my simple cleansing wipes here, and I'm just gonna clean up my face underneath here. And I'm not gonna do any like harsh lines. But like I said, she doesn't really have much going on like under her eye. So we're just gonna keep this cut crease to like the top here. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face with a little bit of the Wet n Wild Primer Serum right here. Okay, I'm gonna be using some of the Doll 10 Doll Skin Foundation. Absolutely love this stuff. Definitely like an amazing purchase. I got this on QVC and it actually came with the Doll 10 T.C.E. This Covers Everything concealer and then a cute little sponge. And I've been obsessed with them lately. They're amazing. And I'm actually gonna grab a little bit of this just first off the bat on my Morphe B10 brush right here. And I'm just going to go kind of like around my eyebrows here, just so I don't go too crazy with the sponge. I don't want to mess up my brows. All right, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and coat the rest of my face using the little sponge here. Okay, so next I'm gonna go in with the T.C.E. concealer. Also, both of these are in the shade Light, if you're curious. Forgot to mention that. And I actually, today when I wore my makeup, I woke up a little bit later than what I wanted to. So instead of doing like a full face like what I normally do, I actually just used this concealer to cover things. And it was amazing. It made my skin look super duper natural. But it just kind of took away all these red tones, which was really nice. I'm like so insanely excited to be doing this right now. Just the fact that Salon Perfect went out of their way to communicate with me, like a brand that I have been using for so long, actually like saw my work and was like, hey, you want to collaborate? Is literally like the coolest thing. I feel like I'm finally starting to make like at least some sort of good moves in the whole like makeup social media world, which feels absolutely amazing. Just to be recognized by a brand like that is just really, it's really cool. So thanks, Salon Perfect. Okay, so now I'm just gonna set everything with the Anastasia Translucent Powder. And I'm actually gonna use that sponge just on the spots, like the red spots, just to like make sure that they're really set well. Okay, so then for the rest of my face, I'm just gonna use my Cala Powder 481 brush. Right, and then just switching over to my Morphe E48 brush. I really like this one for setting underneath my eyes. I just feel like it fits really well. So I'm just using the little sponge to make sure that like all the lines are blended out, and then I'm gonna set it with that powder. Okay, so normally at this point I would go ahead and finish like the rest of my face makeup and then come back to my eyes, but Jessica Rabbit is actually like really pale, but she has like blush, so I don't know if I want to bronze at all, but I really want to see kind of like what my eyes end up like completely looking like, and then kind of like base what the rest of my face is going to be kind of after that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my mascara really quick, and I'm just gonna be using the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black mascara right here. I was like really paranoid about this missing nail and this pinky nail that had broken because I didn't want it to like show in the pictures, and then it just clicked in my head that Jessica Rabbit wears gloves. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm not upset about having to do this makeup, this whole look twice in a month. I really, really like it so far, even though I look crazy because my face is super pale and my lips are gone. I'm very excited for Halloween. I love it. Okay, mascara is done. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the Magnificent 663s, the stars of the show. And this is what it looks like, just fresh out of the package. They have like little short chunks on either side, and I'm actually going to trim on the outer side just that little chunk off, just because I think that these are going to be a little bit too long for my lid. All right, so just like I said, just trim that outer corner here. I'm gonna pop these on really quick and clear my lips. My battery is dying, of course, but I will be right back. All right, guys, so I went ahead and popped these gorgeous lashes on. Take a look at them. What is that freaking sound? Please excuse my obnoxious neighbor who is revving his motorcycle engine in our parking lot for whatever freaking reason. Like right now. Anyway, so what I did with these ones, because they... I don't know why that gets on my nerves so badly. Okay, he's gone. So where the like little, like the longer spikes are through here, I did go back through with my L'Oreal, the Telescopic mascara, and I just kind of lightly brushed it just on the spiky tips. I didn't go like on the shorter lengths here, just on the tips here. And then anytime I do that, because I really don't like to put a whole lot of mascara on false lashes, the only reason that I do it is because I feel like it photographs better. You can see the tips of the actual lashes in the picture a little bit easier. But after I do that, I always take like this little metal guy right here, and I just kind of like lightly comb through them so that they don't get gunky, so that it just kind of makes the hairs like stand out a little bit more without being like overly crazy, if that makes sense. I also put chapstick on. Okay, so I'm actually gonna start out by doing blush. I'm not gonna do a whole lot of contour. I don't know if I'm gonna do any contour, but we'll see. We're just gonna start with the blush. And I'm gonna use MAC's Pinch Me right here. And I'm just using my little No Name Rose Gold blush brush. I'm also gonna add some to the tip of my nose. Not that she has it, but I just feel like it kind of ties my face together. My gosh, I don't know if I can do this no contour thing. All right, and then I'm gonna take my Real Techniques blush brush with nothing on it, and I'm just going to pat it over top of that just to kind of blend those edges out. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my Morphe M510 right here just to highlight my face. Again, dipping into the MAC Hyper Real Glow Kit, and I'm gonna use, again, just that second. Don't scratch. Again, just that second shade. My goal is to do all of this and then contour last if necessary. So we'll see what happens. Right, and then I'm actually gonna go ahead and take that little MAC No Name brush here and then add a little bit of this to the inner corners of my eyes, but I'm not gonna bring it up onto the purple a whole lot. I'm mainly just gonna focus it kind of like on the underneath area, just like right here. I'm gonna take my little e.l.f. small tapered brush with nothing on it, and I'm just going to run it over that highlight just to make sure that everything blends nicely. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do my lips. Again, I'm doing everything and then seeing if I am going to cave and contour. All right, so like I said, I have chapstick on currently. Now I'm gonna go ahead. I feel like I've used this lip combination for so many of my Halloween looks so far, but it's just such a good red lip combo. So I'm gonna use the Beautique lip liner in Real Red. I got this one from Sally's. She's got real full lips. I'm not going too crazy, but I am going to overline just a smidge. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and fill them in with the NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in the shade Cruella. Okay, and then just topping that with the Elizabeth Arden Beautiful Color Luminous Lip Gloss in the shade Red Door Red. All right, and then I'm just gonna take a little concealer brush from e.l.f. and just kind of like run it along the edges. All right, and then I'm just gonna set everything using the MAC Fix Plus spray. I think I'm actually okay with not contouring, at least for now. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my hair and then get dressed, and then I will be back. All right, guys, my hair is done and I have my whole costume on. Of course, I have to stand up and show you guys everything. Don't mind the bra. So like I said, I got this dress from Macy's last year before the wedding, and I got it, I don't know the original price, but it was definitely, I want to say, over 100, and I got it for 60 because the lady was real nice and she knew I was getting married. And then the purple gloves right here, I just found them on Amazon. I'm pretty sure they were like $8 or $9. And then my earrings are just from TJ Maxx. Alrighty, guys, well, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm definitely very excited to dress up just like this at the end of the month. Also, big shout out to Salon Perfect. Thank you so much for sending me these lashes. They are beautiful, and all of the other goodies that were in that box. Oh. Alright, guys, so if you want to see more detail of this look and kind of like the whole thing together, head over to my Instagram. I'll have it listed right here. I actually just finished taking pictures of the whole thing, and by the time this video is up, those pictures will also be up. Alrighty, guys, well, thank you again so much for hanging out with me. This has been so fun, and look out for the rest of my Halloween videos because I have some more good ones coming at you. If you like this video, hit that like button down below and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Head over to my Instagram page, see these pictures, the future Halloween pictures, like, share, save, comment, all that good stuff. I hope you have a great day, great night, whatever time of day it is when you're watching this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!